Hello, and welcome to another Mystic Frequency Tarot reading. I'm Lisa, and I'll be your tarot reader today. So today is January 7th, 2026. So if you have a birthday today, happy birthday. And I made it very intentional not to forget to give a birthday shout out for whoever may see this reading. You may have a birthday on January 7th, but when this reading finds you, maybe your birthday's today. So I wanted to go ahead and recognize you and thank you for traveling around the world another year with us. You being here matters. You matter. And you should take this time to really celebrate. So, if you did miss my actual birthday shout out for yesterday for my January 6th babies, please happy belated January 6th birthday. But let's go ahead and look at your collective reading for the day. I had to actually kind of like postpone it till a little bit later in the afternoon to catch up on some rest and I had like an appointment that I had to take care of, but I'm looking forward to it now that I've got things out of the way. But let's go ahead and move everything off to the side. I did pre-shuffle the deck, pre-shuffled all the cards, made sure to clear the energy so that way we can get some information to come through. But I will say, if you start to find these collective readings start to have the same cards, there's something that really needs to be taken serious. Something that is being repeated. And I guarantee that a mathematician that loves probability and loves how random probability could be would be very fascinated with tarot and how often these cards will there's just something about spirit that's like, just when you think you know everything, there's something different. But I digress. Let's go ahead and look at a self-affirmation for the day. And if you are on my Patreon, helping support my ability to make more videos like this, thank you so much. I do have, I think, 4 videos now on Patreon that are available. And I'm going to be creating another kind of closed night fairy tarot reading. So if you really like night fairies or just the Tarot of Divine deck that I use, then you would probably really like seeing that because it's very similar to what I'm doing right now. But rather than using the affirmations in the beginning, I use them towards the end. And we kind of like channel a crystal at the beginning of it. But let me go ahead and see. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, I am confident. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I love confidence. Confidence is key, guys. It really is. So confidence is feeling comfortable in your own skin. Confidence is feeling like you have like no doubt in your mind that you're going to be able to succeed. You're just confident in your skill sets. You're confident in your capabilities. You're confident you are going to really, in your mind, you're holding that number 1 spot already. So you're going at something really confident. Or if you weren't sure that a relationship was going to give you an offer, if you weren't sure about a career aspect that was going to come through, or if you just weren't sure how you were going to be able to effectively go about your passions and your pursuits, well, confidence is the key here. When you're confident in your skills, and even if things don't go according to how, they are lined up for you, you're still a confident person. There will be much more opportunities out there available to you because the word no just means next opportunity, and learning from the experience that you have gained in the moment. And confidence, that's such a good quality to have. So it makes me think of Leo energy. Leos are able to just kind of like put themselves out there in the spotlight. And just if my voice doesn't crack, maybe you have difficult times speaking in front of a group, or you find yourself in a position where you now have to use your voice more now than you normally would. So this could be public speaking. This could be really just anything. Teaching, you do a lot of speaking whenever you're teaching. counseling. You do a lot of speaking with counseling. There's just a lot of things that are coming to play in my mind where you're kind of like in this bubble, in this sphere where there's a light shining down on you and it's building this confidence. So allow yourself to tell yourself you are confident today. Allow yourself to feel that. What's a self-care affirmation? Ooh, what is this? Gently squeeze the back of your neck with your right hand to release the tension. Maybe you've been feeling really tense. Or you haven't noticed, like for me in my case, when I'm doing my really long, lengthy readings with my pickup piles, and I am going at it where I'm looking at the card, intuitively writing what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling from the card before I'm like piling it all together. And by the end of it, I am just really sore. And I always need to like look up and do like neck circles and stuff. Oh my goodness, it's my throat. But maybe like if you didn't think that you were confident you needed a massage, this could be. I've had 2 massages in my entire life. And the first one, I did not realize how beneficial they are to your body, especially when you go to somebody that is very trusted. And they just make the environment feel safe, it's calm, and like they actually explain what they are going to do, how it will look, so that way you just don't blindside yourself. Or even if you don't have money, it's just finding these ways where you can do that for yourself. You can reach your neck and massage the back of your neck. You can reach your arms and massage your arms, your legs, you can massage your feet. And when you're doing it, just allow yourself to see that by you releasing that tension, whatever the case may be, you're building this confidence within you. But I love this. And because I am, my throat is clearing up, it's like, kind of like releasing whatever may be choking you. And your right hand symbolizes what you can control. And then your left hand is something that you would intuitively be able to control. So there's just something that has been causing a lot of tension. So maybe you need to kind of like put a little bit of control where you can lose the need for the control, if that makes sense. Because I did have the Emperor card come out quite frequently. I had it come out yesterday, the day before, and then when I did a reading for my sister, it came out in her reading as well. But let's look at your animal guides that are with you here today and see what they have to say. I am so glad I got to really rest today. I really needed it. You never realize how much you need to reward your body and not force it to go, go, go all the time. And another thing that was making us really tense is we've been having issues with our property managers and how they kind of messed up the New Year's. Because normally our rent will take out on a specific date. And Brendan, he's one of those people that he likes to push his money into his savings. And when it's time to pay the bills, then he will move it from his savings account to his checking account. And they didn't take the rent out until literally the 5th, when there was a holiday going on, and we had another bill that came through and took out at the same time. So we had a whole debacle where our rent was just like declined, and then we had to go in and repay it, and then we had because there wasn't enough funds in the thing, it caused us to do a $75 draft. So it was just really frustrating, and I can get why there's a lot of tension going on, my friends. And I hate that happens, but as long as you are positive about the situation and you reach out to those when they're just unfortunate circumstances that are going on, and then you're able to not really make the situation explode more than it should. But all right, What is an animal spirit? I'm going to go ahead and pull these two. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, okay. Okay, Spirit. All right. So we have Hawk, Messenger. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your eye or your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. And this is something you should be really confident about. When you have like this really good connection with the divine, who, when you're allowing yourself to keep this open communication, you're releasing things, you're being given these signs, you're being given these moments of clarity. But I love that this one is talking about focusing on your priorities and not allowing distractions to come in to prevent you from doing what it is that you need to be doing. And because it's like your future is coming in and trying to tell you, hey, everything's going to be better. You don't need to be so tense right now. You don't need to allow yourself to beat yourself up. You don't need to allow yourself to dim your light, because we have this sun in the background. Allow yourself to be positive. Try to stay positive. And maybe there is a message. There could be, if you were waiting on something that you had to be really confident for, you're going to receive that fairly soon. Because hawks are very swift. They're very fast creatures. And what they really want in this moment is for you to not sit by the phone waiting for this confirmation. They want you to actually just keep focusing on yourself, and then everything else will fall in line the way it should be. Snow leopard, self-reliance. I love snow leopards too. I just love big cats. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. There you go. There's that other confirmation, if I can speak. Silent perfection, where you're focusing on your priorities and you're not allowing these distractions from other people. You're not allowing these distractions from people that may be within your family, your friend circle, co-workers, anybody that's a naysayer, anybody that's just, they don't understand why you are walking so confidently, and you're not allowing that to distract you. And because you are using your intuition and having that conversation, your life is unfolding because you're actually working alongside the divine rather than walking alone. Yes, you are going at it alone. Physically, in the physical realm, you're just finding that you're able to really find the best outcome, because integrity is very important to you, and it's important to the snow leopard here. And people who are of lesser energy that really care more about feeding their ego, they don't have a way to attach to you like they wish they could, where they could take this confidence from you. They're not able to do that. They wish they could, but it's because you have this hawk coming in and they're saying, hey, I need you to be aware that this person over here, they're an energy vampire. They don't know how to drink from their own cup. They don't know how to refill their own cup. They're constantly drinking from other people's cups. But you like feeling independent. You like not having to rely on other people. And you just, because you have that quality it makes you stand out from the rest. Being confident in your abilities. Being confident that you don't need to always rely on, I'm hearing, like, it makes me think of somebody that maybe in a role where you have these level of chains in the command, where because you can just do what it is you need to do without having to really use the chain of command. But it's not like you are afraid to use the chain of command. It's just that you don't really necessarily have to go to them because you're able to fix the problems right there in the moment. But I love the silent perfection where because you're focusing on yourself, everything else is just kind of like falling in line. It's like you have these dominoes that are set up that you did yourself, and you made all these dominoes set up so perfectly. They're in line, they're close together, and they're going in the direction that you want them to go. And then all you have to do is you're waiting for this message, go ahead, flick it over. And you're confident because of how you set the board up. And I will say what I love about doing tarot readings, because I'm trying to fight getting a cold, and I am not able to get people sick. So I'm very happy about that. I have this wall between you and I, and you are protected. All right. All right. What else? B, community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. There we go. Another abundant card coming through. I don't know how many of these cards in here that talk about abundance, but I love that they do. Because you are very independent, other people are much more prosperous by your example in creating a community where everybody is working. Because think about the honeybees. They leave, they come back, they do their dances, because the bees dance when they're communicating with each other. And then they're working for the common cause. They're working for a priority that they value, that they take care of, because they have these priorities. They all each have their own position that they need to do in order for the community to thrive. And you may be someone that may really see the importance of the bee and how if the bees go, we all go. And I really feel that right here. But even though you're independent, it's like you're like this person that is within the community that people go to because you're very self-reliant. And you create a lot of things around you. You're the pollinator in this case. You pollinate, and people are just more fertile. They're more able to grow by being within your energy. And listen, you've got the hawk, the snow leopard, you've got the bee. I mean, and these are all sunny feeling creatures to me, except for this one. This one is like, even when things are cold and desolate, even when you have to climb a mountain, you do it with grace doing so. And you allow yourself to be cloaked in your environment to prevent any kind of distraction from coming in. Because people, like I said, it's like those who, you get this intuitive sense, like I said, they try to take this from you. And it's like, ooh, I'm starting to feel tension in my neck. And then you're like, okay, Spirit's coming through and says there's somebody that's trying to literally put their hands on your shoulder and turn you in the direction they want you to turn in. And you avoid that. And I will say, just be really careful when you're climbing alongside those mountains, because it is scary what these snow leopards actually have to do in order to survive. But most of the times they don't live a very long life because they are in situations where they are in danger. Oftentimes they're falling off a cliff because they're along these steep cliffs, sort of like a mountain goat, if that makes sense. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and look at your tarot cards for today. We're going to get a main focus tarot, and then we're going to look at the center of the deck for the heart of the matter, and then on the back of the deck we will look at the subconscious, what's going on within your mind that needs to be revealed, that is having difficulty to come through, something that may be causing some tension. All right, Spirit. I'm going to go ahead and pull a card that stands out for me in just a second. Y'all, whenever I rewatch these videos to make sure there's no like audio issues, if I can speak, There are times where I see a card tried to pull itself out, and I'm like, I didn't even see it. And y'all are like, why didn't you pull that? That was the card. Okay. Oh my goodness. Spirit, no. Why? Why, Spirit, no. Okay, guys. I feel like we need to talk about this. Okay, there's a lot going on. Don't worry. We're going to get there. I just was not planning this. And then I think I was, oh no. Okay, let's see what we have going on here. And I'm just going to do a quick run through with this because I do want to see the heart of the matter, but there is quite a bit going on here. So with this, we have the Knight of the Swords, and the Knights, they can be prone to excess, but in this case, I don't see that. They're just very adventurous kind of people. They're always on a mission. They're always trying to progress some kind of goal. And in this case, it's like there's an idea that they're trying to actually move towards. They've got their hand on their chin, and they're really thinking about what is going on. And we do have the Knight of Cups here. This is where that confidence is coming to play. And we do have the King of Swords in reverse. So these court cards that you see, these could be people that are around you that are coming through. So that's why this is coming through. That's why you have so many cards in front of me right now. Okay, this is the message that really needed to reveal itself. So just be ready to buckle down and get ready, guys. So you had this idea that was coming to fruition, that you finally are at a place where you can start moving towards it, and it's giving you a goal. And this is either a decision that you finally decided to do for yourself, or this was a solution to the matter. And now you have the ability to go ahead and start walking towards it and executing it. And this could be because you have this ability to see the unseen, feel intuitive things. Like you're picking up on this and you're like, what is that feeling? And you're walking towards it. So here's the King of Swords. And the King of Swords, the King of Swords is somebody that really reminds me of the Emperor, especially whenever it is in reverse. This is somebody that can't communicate very clearly. This Knight of Swords can communicate. He has the ability to be able to communicate more effectively than this King of Swords does. And this person right now is currently looking at these groups, these relationships that are around them. And that's what they are thinking about. It's like, and this could even be you. This could be these personalities that you may be exemplifying. You're thinking really hard about how to approach these groups and trying to find the confidence to do so. Maybe your speaking skills aren't very adept, maybe, but you do have two air cards. So communication, you're thinking about how you are going to say something to these people. You're thinking really hard about it, and you're thinking of everything that would make you seem like a fool. Something that wouldn't make you seem, because right now you're a knight, and you're like, how do I make myself present like as if I was a king? And that's not the case that you should be doing. You should present yourself as a knight rather than be a reverse King of Swords, where if you tried to pretend you were something you were not, your energies become blocked and then you just look really silly. So finding the confidence to communicate something, a message. And you're really being encouraged not to force this situation. If I'm being really honest, and you need to change your approach. So you're getting these like subtle hints here that you need to change. And it's like you started walking and everyone was looking up, they were looking this way, and you kind of like retreated back to the drawing board. But because you did retreat before you actually said what it is you were going to say, maybe you felt really tense in the moment, and you realize that, okay, I just need to be myself and go about this. But the Three of Cups, it's a group. It's the creativity aspect of the Cup card, and it's our ability to really grow with the people that are around us. And they're celebrating currently. There's a big celebration going on. And it's like you want to be a part of this party. And this King of Swords looks like he's wearing pajamas and he's not really ready. And it's like you were leaving the house and you thought this was going to be a casual party, maybe. But these people look like they're in their pajamas too. And you're wondering if you're overdressed for the occasion or if this is just a casual outing. But you're trying to figure out what it is that you want to wear, what it is that, how you want to go about this situation. You may be trying to go out with your girlfriends or your guy friends, whatever the matter may be. These guys, if they are guys, they're kind of like wanting to go out and they're wanting to drink, but you're not wanting to be the one that's very underdressed while they are all very nicely dressed. So, but you don't want to be the person that shows up as being the most overly dressed character. You just want to be able to go in there and just be confident. And I feel like you decide, you know what? I should not even have to worry about what I'm wearing. I shouldn't have to worry if I'm in my pajamas. I shouldn't have to worry if I'm in my night gear. And you just decide, you know what? I just want to wear something that makes me look really cool right now. And it doesn't matter if you actually went ahead and just really spruced up what it was you were currently wearing. And the Knight of Cups is leaping in this picture, while this one is just kind of being very methodical about his approach. In this, where normally you would see that in like the King of Pentacles, where he's kind of like looking at the ground. But this horse, he's in the water right now. He's not on land. And so it's like you're trying to tap into your emotions. You're trying to actually land something here as you move forward. But there's an offer. There's this romantic offer. There's this relationship being almost like getting ready to walk. It's like this person's coming over to this group, and this girl has her goblet raised, like, hey, did you blah blah blah? And they're like, yeah, I just did. I got done. I was able to get off early. I wasn't sure if I was going to get off early, and now here I am. And they're just really happy to see you. Maybe you're just thinking that they're going to be upset that you're late, but in reality, they're just happy that you're there to celebrate with them. They would rather you be there than not be there. And you're seeing that you can have the best of both worlds in this situation. That makes you a very confident person because you are taking care of what needs to be taken care of, because we have these knights, and you are finding ways to communicate this without it seeming like with the kings, they are authority figures. They can be very controlling. They can feel like they need to dominate things. They're very decisive in the moment with what they are going to say. And with it being in reverse, it's like you oftentimes find yourself giving yourself the what I say is what I say, and I'm not going to change. And they are very mature and established. And like I said, it looked like you were going to actually approach, or you are in, okay, because I do need to talk about these other circumstances that it could be. Maybe you see people at work and they're kind of goofing off and being a certain way, and you're like, okay, I need to take care of this. But you remembered you were a part of a community. And you are a creator. So rather than coming into this with very it's like you're trying to find a creative solution to speak to them where it didn't make them feel like they couldn't have fun at work, like they couldn't play. And because I mean, it's good to be serious and to get your head down into your work and whatnot, But it's also good to be able to have a relaxing atmosphere where people feel like they can talk while they are working. And you're discovering, like, I can't be this tyrant. I can't be always controlling, because that can really affect the morale of my job and the people around me. And I don't want them to think that I am a domineering person, that I'm not just trying to be this. And you could be in this new manager role where, or just a boss of some sorts, because the knights usually symbolize people who are managers. And then the kings would be the people that are above them. Maybe this person came in and said, you need to do something with these people because they are not focused. They are celebrating. They are just goofing off. They're having way too much fun. And you're having to think about how to approach them because you don't want these ladies to be upset. So rather than being that person, you actually kind of join them, but you join them on their level. And you bring that energy with you. I said, hey guys, I notice y'all have a lot of energy and I love the enthusiasm. And I want to see if there's something we can do together. Like, because we have the community. Normally you're okay with doing things by yourself. But in this case, you realize you need to work with these gals, these guys, these individuals who are, just like kind of celebrating. It's like maybe they're standing around because they just finished something and they want to feel really good about what they finished. And then you come in with that and you're like, oh, I just noticed y'all just finished a task. And I said, I noticed y'all still have a lot of energy. Do y'all want to help me with my own creative project that I've got going on currently? And I would really like y'all to help me with it, rather than being this tyrant. And he's watching y'all, watching this. And it's almost like he is shocked that you were able to make this actually happen with the best of both worlds. Because you were able to balance the situation out. You changed how you needed to present yourself rather than coming in here as this person, because this individual walked away from the situation and spoke to you about it. And at first you're like, okay, I'm going to be hard on them. I'm going to be very stern with my words, because that's what they were going to do at first. But then you were like, actually, I think they're celebrating for a good reason. They're doing something. Or maybe they're like, hey, we've got these 3 cups. We just finished this project. We really need to celebrate. And the 4th cup makes it the 4 of cups, which is finally we accomplished something. As you may be in a like a really big project that is going on. But the 2 of Wands is, now you have the best of both worlds, and now you're trying to figure out, where are you going to take this now? And like, you have these doors, these pathways that you can go down now, where because you went about this a different way, now you can think about, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? How do you want to spend your time and energy now? Or even it's time to leave work and you're just trying to think about, how do we celebrate after work is what I'm getting to. Maybe, hours are closed, business is ending, but y'all want to do this as a group together because y'all did this together. But it's really ultimately up to y'all to decide what you want to do, how you want to go about this. And by allowing yourself to have this win, this victory, or this celebration of some sorts, you are allowing yourself to think, okay, what's next now that we've done this? What's the next project we should be focusing on? But I'm going to go ahead and get to the heart of the matter, because I did say I was going to do that. And I know this was a lot of cards that came out, but I feel like this was a good thing for y'all to hear, because it's good. It's good information. So let me go ahead and get heart of the deck. Okay. We have the Lovers. Okay. So the Lovers did come out yesterday. Or not yesterday, it did come out, but you're looking at your garden. You're not allowing these distractions to come through, and you're looking at what is going to make the environment more balanced, and you're choosing what it is that you're going to take. You could have decided to come in here and then stop them altogether and put them back to work. Or in this case, you could have stopped yourself from celebrating your own personal goals, your own personal victories, your own personal beliefs that you've developed your ideas that were successful, the solutions you came up with, you could have been like, okay, now I got to work on the next thing. But you're allowing yourself, well, if I just keep putting my head in, you're just grinding away, you're going to be this kind of image instead, but you're not allowing yourself to do so. So the heart of the matter, you're looking at, how can we make this garden more fruitful? How can we make this garden feel more balanced? And because this Three of Cups was the Three of Cups, you came in to provide that stability. You help them manifest something now because of this. And it provides more structure. It really boosts the morale. But I love that the Lovers did come through. Because the Lovers is number 6. So there's that communication again that I was just saying. The communication, the cooperation, and even more so the harmony of it all is just coming through. And the only thing that was in reverse was this person, which makes me think there was a person outside it. And this could be that intuitive sense to cloak yourself within this group. Rather than, it's like, if you can't beat them, join them. This is what I'm getting from it. On the back of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands. So it's going within and just really looking at the opportunities that you are presenting yourself, not the ones that are actually being presented outside the world. You are looking at the ways in which you can provide that opportunity. You can provide that opportunity for potential. And I don't see this as being as you missed out on anything, because it feels like you are allowing yourself to actually go in and participate in this with this confidence. And you are really looking at, what is it that I could do in this moment that will strengthen the relationships around me, that will strengthen my ability to be able to lead, because there's a lot of night energy. And the Wands really do look at their intuition and the things that really inspire them. And this is really like going within and looking at the core matter, because we did have a whole bunch of cards come out. And then whenever I was looking at the core matter, you just really care about the balance of the relationships that are around you, even if they are personal, romantic relationships, or even the relationships of other people. You care about people having that balance. And this is, these are, the Wands are very charismatic emotions that you just have so much charisma just dripping from you. And it just inspires others to have that same energy and go after their purpose in life. And honestly, this also makes me feel like you are feeling very flirty in the moment, and you're just really thinking about how you can really communicate and talk with the people around you. And you're finding it's best to try to not dim your light, not think that you have to show up as whatever it is that they are wearing. But here's the shaman cloak. I really feel like that's what's going on here. The shaman cloaking you, so that way you can really participate in this. And I love that for you guys. I love that you have all of these really good, confident feeling cards that are coming through. And you're really choosing how you can go about this. You're creating a solution for this whole matter. And it's like, because you allow yourself to think clearly, you can do something with it. But that is your reading for the day, guys. I'm going to go ahead and kick it off here and here. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you enjoy this content, please like, comment, and subscribe so you can see more. And if you know anybody that may be going through something like this that just needs a little bit, hey, you're confident and I see that in you. Look, this lady talked about it. Those kind of things. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you.